They taught you that reality begins and ends with what you can measure, touch, or see. They told you that you are only muscle, bone, and a flicker of brain chemistry, nothing more. But deep inside, a quiet knowing keeps whispering that this story is incomplete. What if everything around you is woven by invisible threads of energy? What if a secret network links certain souls? People carrying a spiritual design hidden within their very being. This isn't imagination or poetic symbolism. It's an energetic dynamic that science has only begun to glimpse. Among ordinary crowds walk extraordinary beings, individuals chosen by purpose, even when they don't yet remember what that purpose is. They vibrate on a frequency far beyond the noise of the visible world. Some call them seekers, others name them empaths, healers, or simply the awakened. Yet the question remains, why them? Why do some feel called while others remain asleep? Every awakened soul carries an invisible map, a coded, energetic pattern that defines its connection to consciousness itself. It's not random chance. It's the result of something ancient, deliberate, and powerful. If these words reach you and stir something within, it isn't coincidence. You are meant to hear this. Maybe you've always sensed that you don't quite fit into the mold of ordinary life. Perhaps you've chased success, relationships, and recognition, yet felt an emptiness that no achievement could fill. That quiet ache is your blueprint calling to you. Most people live and die disconnected from this truth. They chase possessions and applause, believing the visible world is all that exists. But the chosen sense, the whisper behind the noise, the pulse of something greater, moving beneath the surface. They hear what others can't, reading the subtle language of energy in faces, spaces, and silences. Society has always misunderstood these people. It calls them dreamers, misfits, or even delusional. Yet those labels hide a deeper truth. These individuals operate on a frequency the world can't yet comprehend. They aren't escaping reality, they are revealing it. Their energy can reshape not only their own destiny, but the collective vibration of everyone around them. Imagine tuning a radio. Most people remain trapped on one channel, hearing only static, endless chatter about fear, status, and scarcity. But a few souls find a higher frequency. There, the noise clears, and the music of truth begins. That is where the chosen live. They move through the same world, yet experience it entirely differently. They see connections instead of coincidences. They sense meaning in every encounter. This isn't fantasy. Even modern research is starting to point toward the possibility that consciousness itself may extend beyond the brain, that the universe might be an ocean of vibrating fields where thought and energy intertwine. Mainstream science hesitates to name it, but the clues are already scattered through quantum experiments, electromagnetic studies, and countless human experiences that defy logic. Being chosen isn't about superiority. It's about awareness. It's about being open to frequencies that most people have forgotten how to hear. And here's the twist. This blueprint isn't rare. Many carry it unknowingly, buried beneath layers of doubt and conditioning. Society trains them to ignore their instincts, to silence the very sensitivity that could set them free. But that ends here. In the next few moments, we'll lift the veil on the energetic spectrum that governs this hidden design. You'll learn how to identify your own vibration, how to recognize the signals that prove you've always been part of this network, and how to awaken the dormant power that has been waiting within you since birth. Imagine a vast ocean made of pure vibration. Every thought, emotion, and action sends ripples through this sea of energy. Some waves rise higher, clear, bright, resonant, while others sink into distortion and noise. This ocean is not out there somewhere. It surrounds you and flows through you. You are part of it. You are it. Within this energetic spectrum, every soul emits its own signature. Just as no two fingerprints are identical, no two energetic frequencies are the same. The chosen, those attuned to the higher currents, move through reality like transmitters of light in a fog of confusion. Their thoughts carry power. Their emotions create resonance. Their presence shifts the room long before they speak. This isn't myth. It's science waiting to evolve. Every living being generates electromagnetic fields. Your heartbeat, your neural patterns, even your breath pulses with measurable frequency. But beyond those physical vibrations lies a subtler energy, one that instruments can't yet detect, but that sensitive souls can feel. Think of the difference between noise and music. Most people live surrounded by static, disconnected, reactive, and scattered. But spiritual beings tune into harmony. They listen beneath the chaos and catch melodies that others miss. When they align with this rhythm, their lives begin to flow with grace and synchronicity. You might wonder, how can you tell which frequency you're living on? Start by asking yourself a few questions. Do certain people drain your energy without saying a word? Do you sense emotions in others before they express them? Have you ever walked into a place and instantly felt peace or discomfort without knowing why? Have coincidences followed you, too meaningful to dismiss? If your answer is yes, your energy operates on a higher wavelength. You are tuned into a signal most people have forgotten. Chosen individuals often describe the same experience, a gut feeling that guides them, flashes of intuition that prove right again and again, and dreams that carry messages beyond logic. They feel everything more deeply: the joy, the pain, the love, the loss, because their field is open, receptive, alive. But sensitivity isn't weakness. It's a superpower disguised as vulnerability. The key lies in learning how to manage your energy, not suppress it. When aligned correctly, your frequency becomes a force that shapes the world around you. This is what ancient mystics understood, and what modern science is only beginning to rediscover. Energy follows intention, and intention shapes reality. Take a moment and breathe. Feel the air enter your lungs. Slow, steady, alive. That's not just oxygen entering your body, it's information. Every inhale brings in the frequency of life itself. Every exhale releases tension, clearing space for clarity. Breath is the simplest, most immediate way to tune your energy. It bridges the physical and the unseen. There are other tools as well: sound, movement, gratitude, and nature. When you expose yourself to sound frequencies like 432 Hz or the resonance of Tibetan bowls, you're not just listening to music. You're bathing your energy field in harmonics that recalibrate your vibration. When you practice gratitude, you elevate your frequency instantly. Gratitude transforms scarcity into abundance, fear into flow. And when you step barefoot onto the earth, you literally ground your energy, reconnecting your field with the magnetic rhythm of the planet. Each of these actions is more than symbolic. They are technologies of consciousness. Breath, sound, emotion, thought, all are codes that reprogram your energetic blueprint. This is how the chosen rise above the noise. Once your vibration begins to shift, everything in your life starts to rearrange. People who once drained you fade away. Opportunities begin to align effortlessly. You attract synchronicities that defy explanation. It's not magic, it's physics of the unseen. You're simply operating in resonance with the frequency of your true self. Still, there's a deeper layer to uncover. The reason certain individuals are chosen to awaken isn't random. There's a purpose encoded within their energetic DNA. These souls are here to anchor higher awareness into the collective field. They are the quiet revolutionaries of consciousness, the ones who heal by existing, who guide by example, who remind the world of what's real beneath the illusion. If you've ever felt like you don't belong, it's not because something is wrong with you. It's because you're tuned to a channel the world hasn't learned to hear yet. That isolation you feel is not punishment. It's preparation. You're learning how to navigate the noise before you lead others toward harmony. And soon, you'll learn to wield this power consciously, to protect your energy, to raise it, and to transmit it into everything you create. Because once you understand your energetic nature, you stop chasing outcomes and start commanding them. In the next part, we'll go deeper. You'll discover the unmistakable signs that reveal whether you truly carry this chosen blueprint and how to confirm it for yourself. Because when you finally recognize who you are and what you've always been, nothing and no one will ever control your energy again. So how do you know if you're truly one of them? One of the awakened, the energetically attuned, the few who carry this hidden blueprint? The truth is, the signs have always been there. They've shown up in moments you brushed off as coincidence, in feelings you couldn't explain, and in experiences that refused to fit into the logic of ordinary life. Once you see them clearly, you can't unsee them. Let's break them down, not as rules, but as reflections of your deeper nature. First, a deep sense of disconnection from the material world. While most people define themselves by possessions, success, and status, you've always known those things don't fulfill you. You may appreciate comfort, but something in you refuses to be owned by it. The chase for validation feels hollow. You crave meaning, authenticity, connection, the kind that can't be bought or displayed. This detachment isn't apathy, it's recognition. You've seen through the illusion, and once you do, you can never go back to sleep. Second, heightened intuition and sensitivity to energy. You've walked into rooms and instantly sensed tension before anyone spoke. You've met people and felt their story before hearing it. Your intuition doesn't shout, it whispers. But when you listen, it's always right. This ability to feel is the mark of attuned frequency. It's not imagination, it's perception on a higher bandwidth. And here's the powerful truth. The more you trust it, the stronger it becomes. Third, unexplainable synchronicities. Life seems to leave you clues, guiding you with precision. You meet the right person at the exact moment you need them. Numbers repeat, 1111, 2222, showing up as if the universe itself is winking at you. Dreams reveal insights that later unfold in reality. These aren't random. They're messages from the field, confirmations that your vibration is aligning with your blueprint. Fourth, an unshakable sense of purpose. Even if you can't articulate it yet, you feel it burning inside. A pull towards something greater than yourself. You know you're meant to contribute, to build, to awaken something in the world. This purpose isn't always glamorous. It's sacred. It's service, creation, healing, leadership, whatever form your soul chose to express. You may feel restless until you find it, but once you do, everything clicks into alignment. Fifth, energetic sensitivity that feels overwhelming. Being connected to subtle energy isn't always comfortable. Crowds may exhaust you. Certain environments may feel heavy or suffocating. You might even experience emotional waves that don't belong to you. But this sensitivity isn't a flaw. It's your radar. It allows you to detect what others can't. With awareness and practice, you can learn to channel this power, transforming sensitivity into strength and intuition into mastery. These markers are not random. They are the evidence of your energetic design. You didn't stumble upon this path. You were built for it. Now let's clear a common misconception. This connection isn't determined by bloodlines, race, or culture. It's not genetic. It's energetic. Your biology is the vessel, but the blueprint exists beyond DNA. It evolves with consciousness, responding to your awareness, intention, and action. Think of it as an energetic code, waiting to be activated by recognition. For centuries, humanity has dismissed this truth because it can't be easily measured or controlled. But emerging science in fields like quantum physics is starting to catch up. It's revealing that everything, matter, thought, emotion, is vibration. That human intention has the power to alter the behavior of physical particles. This means energy doesn't just flow through life, it creates it. The world is slowly waking up to what the ancients always knew. Consciousness is not trapped in the brain. It's a field, a living intelligence connecting every being in existence. And when you raise your frequency, you don't just change yourself, you shift the collective. That's why chosen souls matter. They act as energetic anchors, stabilizing chaos and transmitting higher frequencies through their very presence. They are innovators of thought, teachers by nature, and catalysts for transformation. When they embody their blueprint fully, they become walking portals, bridges between the physical and the unseen. But being chosen doesn't make life easy. In fact, it often begins with challenges that test your strength. Darkness forces you to awaken your own light. Pain cracks open the shell of illusion, so truth can emerge. Every hardship you've endured has been shaping your frequency, refining your energy, preparing you to rise. So if you've ever felt isolated, misunderstood, or too different, understand this. You were never broken. You were being calibrated. The world needs your frequency now more than ever. And that brings us to the next step, the practical activation of your energetic power. Because awareness alone isn't enough. You have to embody what you know. You have to live it, breathe it, transmit it. In the next section, we'll explore how to do exactly that, how to raise your vibration, protect your energy, and step fully into the power you were born to carry. Now that you understand the signs, it's time to move from awareness to action. You've felt the call. You've recognized the difference in your energy. But knowledge without embodiment is potential waiting to die. To activate your energetic blueprint, you must practice alignment, consistently, deliberately, and with purpose. This isn't about joining a movement or following a doctrine. It's about rediscovering the ancient technologies of consciousness hidden within your body, your breath, and your mind. These techniques are older than civilization, and yet, modern science is finally beginning to validate them. Let's start with the most fundamental power you possess, your breath. 1. Intentional breathwork. Most people breathe unconsciously, trapped in shallow patterns that mirror their anxiety. But when you control your breath, you control your frequency. Each inhale draws in life force, call it energy, prana, chi, and each exhale clears emotional residue that clouds your vibration. Here's a simple but transformative method. Sit upright, close your eyes, and inhale deeply through your nose for a count of 4. Hold that breath for another count of 4. Then exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 8. Repeat this cycle for 5 minutes. As you do, imagine your entire body glowing with light, your energy field expanding outward. This isn't imagination, it's energetic science in motion. Your breath literally synchronizes your heart, mind, and nervous system into coherence, the state in which miracles become natural. 2. Sound resonance. Everything in existence vibrates. Your body, your thoughts, your emotions, each carries a frequency. Sound is one of the most direct tools to recalibrate your field. When you listen to tones, such as 432 Hz or 528 Hz, or to instruments like Tibetan bowls or crystal chimes, you're tuning your system back to harmony. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply. And imagine the sound waves washing through your body, clearing old energy. Within minutes, you'll feel lighter. The tension dissolves, and what remains is clarity, the raw vibration of your true essence. 3. Visualization and energy command. Your mind is not a bystander in this process. It's the architect. Every image you hold consistently becomes a blueprint your energy follows. So, use it consciously. Sit quietly and visualize yourself surrounded by a radiant, golden light. See it pulsing from your heart, spreading through your body, forming a shield around you. This golden energy isn't fantasy, it's focus. And where focus goes, energy flows. Practice this visualization daily for at least 5 minutes, and soon you'll notice how people respond differently to your presence, how events seem to align effortlessly. 4. Grounding practices. Higher frequencies are powerful, but without grounding, they scatter. The earth is your stabilizer. Walking barefoot on grass, soil, or sand for even 10 minutes rebalances your electromagnetic field. Feel the ground beneath your feet, the pulse of life beneath you. Imagine any heavy energy draining from your body into the earth, replaced by steady strength and peace. Ancient traditions knew this truth. Modern science now calls it earthing and confirms it reduces inflammation, anxiety, and fatigue. Grounding connects heaven and earth within you. It's the anchor that keeps spiritual power practical. 5. Gratitude. S. Frequency. Amplifier. Gratitude is more than good manners. It's an energetic amplifier. When you genuinely feel thankful, your vibration skyrockets. Your heart emits a stronger electromagnetic field, your brain chemistry shifts, and your perception widens. Each morning, write down 3 things you're grateful for. Not mechanically, feel them. Let gratitude flood your chest, warming every cell. That emotion is the frequency of abundance itself, and it magnetically attracts more of what matches it. When you integrate these 5 practices, your energy field transforms. You become coherent, clear, powerful, magnetic. People will feel your presence before you speak. Synchronicities will multiply. The chaos that once pulled you off center will lose its grip. This is not superstition. It's energetic law in action. The universe mirrors your frequency. When you change the signal you broadcast, your reality rearranges to match it. To sustain this new vibration, you'll need consistency. Choose one technique and commit to it daily. Observe how your energy, your mood, and your intuition evolve. Keep a journal. Record the shifts. Awareness strengthens alignment. And remember, energy responds to intention, not effort. You don't force transformation. You tune to it. Just as a radio doesn't create music, but simply aligns with the correct wavelength, your task is not to force reality. It's to resonate with the reality you desire. You're not learning something new. You're remembering something ancient. This wisdom was always encoded in you. The breath, the sound, the vision, the gratitude. They're the keys to your original design. In the next part, we'll go deeper. You'll discover why this energetic plan has been hidden, who benefits from keeping you unaware, and how awakening individuals like you are beginning to shift the balance of human consciousness itself. Stay with me, because the next revelation changes everything. Now we arrive at the question that changes everything. If this energetic blueprint is real, if human beings carry within them the power to reshape reality through vibration and consciousness, then why has this knowledge been buried for so long? Why has humanity been trained to believe it is powerless? The answer is uncomfortable, but it's time to face it. There are forces, both psychological and systemic, that benefit from keeping you disconnected from your energetic truth. A population unaware of its inner power is easy to control. When people forget their ability to shape energy, they surrender it to others who do not forget. This isn't about villains in the shadows, or secret societies plotting in hidden rooms. The real control mechanism is subtler and far more effective: conditioning. From the moment you were born, society began teaching you that reality is purely physical, that the unseen world of energy is fantasy, and that success equals conformity. You were programmed to doubt intuition, to chase approval, and to measure worth by external validation. And yet, every major civilization that thrived in balance with nature, from the ancient Egyptians to the Vedic sages, understood energy as the foundation of existence. They built their temples and their rituals around alignment with cosmic vibration. Then, slowly, that knowledge was fragmented, mystified, or labeled superstition. The energetic sciences of the soul were replaced by dogma and rigid hierarchies. Humanity was taught to look outward for authority instead of inward for truth. But here's the great paradox. The hidden plan isn't invincible. It depends entirely on your ignorance. The moment you awaken, truly awaken, the system begins to lose its hold. When you raise your frequency, you stop feeding the energy structures built on fear, guilt, and separation. You stop reacting to manipulation and start creating from awareness. This is why your awakening matters. It's not only a personal victory. It's a collective revolution of consciousness. Every thought you elevate, every act of awareness, every vibration of love sends ripples through the energetic field of humanity. The blueprint you carry isn't just for you. It's a transmitter that uplifts others. You're part of a chain reaction the world cannot yet comprehend. Throughout history, certain individuals have embodied this truth. People who shifted the entire trajectory of human thought through their frequency alone. They weren't necessarily saints or prophets. They were humans who remembered their energetic nature. They became tuning forks for consciousness itself, raising the vibration of the collective simply by existing in alignment. And now, it's your turn. You may have noticed that as you awaken, life begins to test you. Obstacles appear. People resist. Old fears resurface. That's not punishment. It's purification. The universe challenges those who rise, because resistance refines energy. Steel becomes a sword only through fire. The same law applies to consciousness. Your struggles are not proof of weakness. They're the training ground for mastery. Every time you choose awareness over reaction, love over fear, truth over comfort, you rewrite your energetic code. This is why the hidden plan was designed to keep you distracted. Constant noise, endless comparison, a culture that worships chaos and speed. Because silence, stillness, and awareness are dangerous to those who profit from confusion. But once you step beyond that noise, you begin to hear the hum of reality itself, the frequency of life that has always been calling you. That's when true power returns. You become ungovernable, not through rebellion, but through presence. When you walk in awareness, you don't fight darkness, you outshine it. When you align your energy, you no longer chase opportunity, it flows to you. When you embody your blueprint, you don't beg for miracles, you become one. This is the essence of the plan they never wanted you to discover. It isn't hidden in books or secret temples. It lives inside you, waiting to be remembered. Now the question is no longer what is the plan. The real question is, will you activate it? Because every thought, every emotion, every breath you take is either strengthening your connection to the field or weakening it. There's no neutral state in energy. You're either aligning or fragmenting, creating or consuming, expanding or shrinking. The moment you decide to take ownership of your vibration, the illusion begins to crumble. You see through manipulation. You sense when energy feels off. You begin attracting experiences that match your truth. That's why this knowledge has been buried. Because awakened individuals cannot be controlled. They cannot be sold a false identity, trapped in fear, or silenced by conformity. They live from their own authority, tuned to the frequency of authenticity and power. And here's the most beautiful part. When one person awakens, they create a resonance that calls others to rise. That's how consciousness expands, not through force, but through frequency. In the next part, we'll explore exactly how this collective awakening works, how your energy influences the global field, how your thoughts ripple through others, and how together, awakened individuals form an energetic network strong enough to reshape the destiny of the human race. Because the energetic plan they tried to hide is not just about you, it's about us. You've reached the point where knowledge turns into power, where understanding your energy stops being a concept and becomes a living force. The truth is simple, but revolutionary. Your frequency doesn't just affect you, it affects the entire human field. Every emotion you emit, every thought you focus on, every vibration you sustain, adds a note to the symphony of collective consciousness. You are both an instrument and a conductor. And when enough individuals begin to tune themselves to higher frequencies, clarity, compassion, purpose, the music of the world changes. That is the real energetic plan they never wanted you to discover. It's not a secret meant to be decoded by a few chosen ones. It's a universal code, waiting to be remembered by everyone. Because the moment enough people awaken, the system built on fear begins to dissolve. Not through conflict or resistance, but through resonance. Think of consciousness as a massive field of mirrors. When one mirror turns toward the light, it reflects it onto the next. Soon, what began as a single spark becomes a blaze that no darkness can contain. This is what the ancients meant when they spoke of ascension, enlightenment, or divine union. They weren't describing something mystical or distant. They were describing resonance. When the frequency of your individual energy aligns with the frequency of truth, you merge with the source of creation itself. You stop seeing yourself as separate. You begin to feel life moving through you, not just around you. You realize that every act of kindness amplifies the field. Every expression of gratitude elevates humanity. And every moment of presence weakens the illusion of separation. That is why the awakened are so powerful. They don't fight the system. They outgrow it. They don't seek permission. They embody liberation. They become living evidence that reality bends to consciousness. This collective awakening is already happening. All over the world, ordinary people are beginning to feel extraordinary things. They sense energy before words. They experience synchronicities that defy logic. They reject fear-driven narratives and choose awareness instead. Each awakening sends a ripple through the energetic web, nudging others toward remembrance. And here's what you must know. You are not small. You are not insignificant. You are one frequency within the great equation of existence. When you raise your energy, you lift the whole network, whether you realize it or not. This is why your personal healing matters. Every time you dissolve an old wound, you clear static from the collective signal. Every time you forgive, you restore coherence to the human field. Every time you love, you broadcast a vibration that reorganizes chaos into harmony. So when the world feels heavy, don't fall back into despair. Remember, darkness isn't proof that light is failing. It's proof that light is working, stirring what was hidden, demanding transformation. You're not here by accident. You're part of a lineage of souls, chosen to awaken now, in this precise moment of human evolution. You are the bridge between the visible and the invisible, the known and the infinite. You carry within you the memory of wholeness. And when you live from that memory, you become unstoppable. So breathe deeply. Center your energy. Reclaim your vibration. Speak with purpose. Act with integrity. Radiate love fiercely and without hesitation. Because this is how the hidden energetic plan reveals itself, not through external revelation, but through internal realization. They tried to hide it in mystery, veil it in myth, bury it beneath noise and distraction. But they forgot one thing. The truth doesn't need defending. It only needs remembering. And now, you remember. Your consciousness expressing itself as energy, energy expressing itself as life, life expressing itself as you. So go out there and live as the proof. Not as a believer, but as a knower. Not as a seeker, but as a creator. Not as a victim of reality, but as the architect of it. This is the awakening of the new era. An age where men no longer fight for power, but vibrate in power. Where awareness replaces fear, unity replaces separation, and love replaces control. The plan they tried to hide is no longer hidden, because it's being lived through you, right now. You are the energy. You are the field. You are the proof.